good, YouTube? Episode 92, you're back again once again. And today we are here for the next episode, a very important episode, if I do say so myself, of Digging in the Dex. If you missed out on last week's episode, we ended right here at Cloister, so that means that today we are kicking things off with, I don't know, what would you call it? Like, the best, I wouldn't even insult them by saying some of those, the best Pokemon ever made. I can't wait! If you guys are hyped for some more Digging in the Dex, and of course if you'd like to show your support as a proud member of the Nappy Nation, make sure to like button down below for us, because you already know your support is greatly appreciated. But let's get into it. Kicking things off, we have the one and only Gastly. Almost invisible, this gaseous Pokemon cloaks the target and puts it to sleep without notice. That's actually pretty impressive. Like, you just go invisible and surround the person. Like, what are you supposed to do? What do you have to live in a bubble? With its gas-like body, it can sneak into any place it desires. However, it can be blown away by the wind. Oh. Well, I guess that's how you keep a Gastly from killing you then. You just gotta sleep in front of a fan. When exposed to a strong wind, a Gastly's gaseous body quickly dwindles away. They cluster under the eaves of houses to escape the ravages of wind. Oh. A being that exists as a thin gas, it can topple an Indian elephant by enveloping the prey in 2 seconds. Oh. I'm so torn, because I love Gastly, but y'all could have left the elephant out of this. And then I like how they change it in Soul Silver. Its thin body is made of gas. Despite lacking substance, it can envelop an opponent of any size and cause suffocation. So a Gastly could just infinitely expand and get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and envelop a enemy of any size and kill it. Call off the Avengers. I got a team of 6 Gastlys. Although Gastly is barely visible, when it's near, a faint sweet smell lingers. Gaseous and completely impalpable, also highly dangerous. Inhaling part of its poisonous body will cause one to faint instantly. Damn, this makes me feel like you can't have a Gastly in real life. You would have to be on the best terms with it at all times. Like, yo, I will cut the fan off tonight, dog. Just please don't, just stay in your Pokeball, dog. Stay in your Pokeball. All right. Haunter is up next. Because of its ability to slip through block walls, it is said to be from another dimension. So I'm really looking forward to more ghostly like entries. Gastly was cool, but it was more about him being poisonous gas. But wait a minute, he's supposed to be a ghost. By licking, it saps the victim's life. It causes shaking that won't stop until the victim's demise. If you trip and fall for no apparent reason or hear a sound when no one is around, it may be a haunter. That sounds like a school motto in Harry Potter. Like, convert that to Latin and boom, that's the new school motto. What the hell? It hides in the dark, planning to take the life of the next living thing that wanders close by. Okay, we asked for some spooky ghost shit. Okay, god damn. Haunter is a dangerous Pokemon. If one beckons you while floating in darkness, you must never approach it. This Pokemon will try to lick you with its tongue and steal your life away. I don't believe it. It's all bullshit propaganda. Haunters are misunderstood. They evolved into the best Pokemon ever made. God damn, Pokemon Sun. It strikes at humans from total darkness. Those licked by its cold tongue grow weaker with each passing day until they die. Oh, that sounds like a dungeon in a video game level. You know, you gotta get through this dungeon. It's complete darkness, and if the light turns around, oh, it's like fucking King Boo in Mario. You gotta keep the light moving forward, or if you don't, a haunter's gonna get you, and each time you get hit, your HP goes down more and more and more and more. Yo, I'm getting it. I'm understanding it now. He's a poison type. Your HP's gonna go down. Don't let him lick you! Ah! It fears the light and revels in the dark. It may be on the verge of extinction in cities that stay brightly lit at night. No! Cut off all the lights. Cut them all off. On moonless nights, Haunter searches for someone to curse, so it's best not to go walking around. Turn on all the lights! Cut them all back on! I love how they just pull out the thesaurus for Legends Arceus. This frightful, malevolent spirit can glide through walls, appearing wherever it likes. According to rumor, victims of a Haunter's lick will wither to death, day by day. But I like this is a perfect example of the Pokédex description, like how originally it starts with victim's demise, and now by the time we get to the more current games, they'll wither to death day by day. Okay, it is about that time. We have finally gotten to the Pokédex description of what most people, a lot of people, scientists, researchers, everyone says is arguably the greatest Pokemon ever made. The one and only Gengar. Look, it's true right here. Read this Pokédex description with me. The greatest Pokemon ever made. We can move on. But for real, under a full moon, this Pokemon likes to mimic the shadows of people and laugh at their fright. He's just trying to have a good time. He's just trying to have a good time. A Gengar is close by. If you feel a sudden chill, it may be trying to lay a curse on you. Appears to attack people who get lost in the mountains. Said to be the culprit behind shadows that laugh in the moonlight. That feels like such a nod to Clefable. Because why would Gengar be in the mountains? Is it because the Haunter can't live in the cities? But obviously, Clefable, they live up in the mountains, in Mount Moon. And at this point in time in Stadium, there's only one mountain in the game. It's Mount Moon. So it lives in the mountains, and it's shadows that laugh at the moonlight or laugh in the moonlight. Make it more obvious, why don't you? To steal the life of its target, it slips into the prey's shadow and silently waits for an opportunity. See, I would totally have a Gengar in real life, and we would be dope as shit, because he could go anywhere with me. Even if they said you can't bring your Pokemon with you, how do you know? How do you know he's there? All you need is a shadow. He slips from shadow to shadow to shadow. You can go to the beach with a Gengar. Set up an umbrella, homeboy chilling there at the beach with you. On the night of the full moon, if shadows move on their own and laugh, it must be a Gengar's doing. I love how his Pokédex descriptions are like, yeah, he's a ghost, but he just likes to giggle. He's just a giggly ghost. It hides in shadows. It is said that if Gengar is hiding, it cools the area by nearly 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Perfect to take to the beach. Homeboy, can you chill us off by 10 degrees? You step under this umbrella and it's automatically 10 degrees cooler? Come on now. Come on now. Oh my god, Pokemon Sun. Should you feel yourself attacked by a sudden chill, it is evidence of an approaching Gengar. There is no escaping it. Give up. Oh my god. Yo. It's in the Dex. Give up. Oh my god, Gengar. It apparently wishes for a traveling companion. Since it was once human itself, it tries to create one by taking the lives of other humans. You don't have to. I'm right here. I'm right here. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't know if we Mega Evolving you though, Gengar. Hold on. It tries to take the lives of anyone and everyone. It will even try to curse the trainer who is its master. Bro. Hey, we just gonna have to skip out on Kalos this year. Let's go to a different region for vacation. I don't want you to know nothing about that shit. Oh, wow. Possesses potential victim shadows in an effort to steal away the victim's lives. If your shadow begins to laugh, you must take hold of a protective charm post haste. Okay, if I can have a protective charm, then fuck yeah, let's Mega Evolve. We're going to Kalos. The trip is back on. Yeah. Oh my god, Gigantamax Gengar. Rumor has it that its gigantic mouth leads not into its body filled with cursed energy, but instead directly to the afterlife. Give up! It's in the Dex. Give up! Whoa! Pokemon Shield! It lays traps hoping to steal the lives of those it catches. If you stand in front of its mouth, you'll hear your loved ones' voices calling out to you. Hey, give up. There is no option other than to give up. Hey, that is a 10 out of 10 Dex description from top to bottom. What an incredible Pokemon. Come on, come on. I love Gengar. Alright, moving on, we have Onix next, the big boy. As it grows, the stone portions of its body harden to become similar to diamond, but colored black. Its large body is over 26 feet long. Despite its size, it can squirm its way through the ground at 50 miles per hour. Like, you know, I was kind of sort of thinking about this when we did Diglett and Dugtrio. But you know, like, to dig through solid earth, like, I would guess that, I mean, I don't know, let's imagine for a moment that, like, Pokemon are real, right? Like, I would imagine if your entire existence was to dig through solid earth, then you would live in warmer regions where the ground is looser, it's moist, more moist or whatever. I'm sure there are like animals that do this, you know, animals that live underground constantly, but like imagine if you had like an Onix that lived in tropical climates, an Onix that lived on like the plains, and then you had Onix that lived in like the colder extremes where the ground is harder, not ice, but like it lived in such a cold region. Like, that has to be a hard life. But that's a testament, I'm bringing this full circle here, it's a testament to like how powerful of a mon this is, because in order to like move that quickly, that much mass that quickly through solid earth, like, and he's not eating it or anything like that, he's literally forcing his body through the earth as he digs. Like, that just blows my mind. Like, that's wow. Speak on it. It twists and squirms through the ground. The thunderous roar of its tunneling echoes a long way. It rapidly bores through the ground at 50 miles per hour by squirming and twisting its massive, rugged body. I mean, I guess that makes sense. You know, like, all of his pieces move separately, so it's kind of just like him existing kind of digs around. And I guess that big-ass horn on his head works like a blade to go through the ground to loosen up the dirt that he's going through, so that the rest of his body can get through easier. But still, like, that's just, that would be really a impressive feat of nature if an animal like Onix actually existed. Onix has a magnet in his brain. It acts as a compass so that this Pokemon does not lose direction while it is tunneling. As it grows older, its body becomes increasingly rounder and smoother. Onix are born crusty as shit. Oh, okay, maybe he does eat it. Opening its large mouth, it ingests massive amounts of soil and creates long tunnels. And I guess not just dirt. This chain of immense stones resembles a giant serpent. Tremors shake the earth above as it burrows deep beneath the ground, feeding on boulders as it goes. Damn. Like, that's another mon you could never own in real life. Like, a Pokemon in real, like, all Onix would have to be wild. They would have to be, you just have to live in the wild, because for one, how do you feed it? Alright, going off to the mountains now. Like, what? You have boulders shipped in for this thing to eat? Like, that's just, it's so impractical. I would never. Alright, moving away from giant stone snakes, we are on to old chocolate feet, Drowzee himself. Puts enemies to sleep, then eats their dreams. Occasionally gets sick from eating bad dreams. Is it weird that I don't dream that often? Or maybe I do and I just don't remember it, but I feel like the last dream that I remember was like 6 months ago or something like that. But I don't know, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I dream more than I think and they just don't mean as much. And like the last significant dream was like 6 months ago, but I don't know, I think you would have nothing but bad dreams from me, dog. If you sleep by it all the time, it will sometimes show you dreams it has eaten in the past. That's kind of dope. That's actually kind of a dope ability. If you sleep next to it, so like you will dream the dream that it has eaten. It can put dreams in your head. It puts its enemy to sleep and eats the victim's dreams, said to have descended from the legendary beast Baku. What the fuck is Baku? Baku are Japanese supernatural beings that are said to devour nightmares. According to legend, they were created by the spare pieces that were left over when the gods finished creating all other animals. They have a long history in Japanese folklore and art, and more recently have appeared in manga and anime. That actually kinda does look like a Drowzee. Like, what the fuck? I'm mad Drowzee doesn't evolve. Like, give Hypno another evolution where he evolves into something like this. That would be so fucking dope. I think it's about time. We didn't get a Mega Hypno or anything like that. That would be fucking dope. Yo, absolutely. I'd be down. I would be down. Give him another evolution and let him become a beast, a monster. I never knew he was based off of that. What? That's so dope. That's so dope. What the hell? If your nose becomes itchy while you are sleeping, it's a sure sign that one of these Pokemon is standing above your pillow and trying to eat your dream through your nostrils. Is that what the snout is for? Oh my god, he sucks the dreams out of your head through your nose. Oh my god, I just picture this like vacuum suction noise like doom right when it connects. A Pokemon that nourishes itself by eating dreams. It is thought to share common ancestry with Munna and Musharna. I can't wait to get to Munna and Musharna now. God damn. I will forget something that I said in the previous sentence, but I'm telling you, I'm gonna remember. Wait a minute, does Munna and Musharna, do you mention Drowzee at all? Tell me about this lineage. It finds really fun dreams tasty. When it makes friends with people, it may show them the most delicious dreams it's ever eaten. Alright, I want more. I want more from Hypno. Hypno, tell us more. Avoid eye contact if you come across one. It will try to put you to sleep by using its pendulum. If you lock eyes with it, it will try to hypnotize you. It is best to close your eyes quickly before you get hypnotized. Hypno holds a pendulum in its hand. The arcing movement and glitter of the pendulum lull the foe into a deep state of hypnosis. While this Pokemon searches for its prey, it polishes the pendulum. You're walking around looking for somebody. Hey, wait, come here, let me show you something. Check this out. While it is an extremely dangerous Pokemon, people who are in need of good, sound sleep call it their savior. You know, I really like, I'm noticing it on Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon more. They really do incredible entries in those games. And I'm especially noticing the ones where they kind of like 180 the description of the mod, you know, like everything is, I don't want to say negative, but like it's so dangerous. It can kill large creatures, it can do this, it can do that. And then Sun is like, yo, they're actually not all bad. You know, if you have trouble sleeping, Hypno is who you should go to. And Alola, Komala is Hypno's main target. It rarely harms people. There are some Hypno that assist doctors with patients who can't sleep at night in hospitals. Alright, we moving on to Big Claw Sam, the one and only Winston the Pirate. The large pincer has 10,000 horsepower of crushing power. However, its huge size makes it unwieldy to use. One claw grew massively and as hard as steel. It has 10,000 horsepower strength. However, it is too heavy. So how does he use it then? How does he actually use it in battle? If it's too heavy to utilize at full strength or this or that, I mean, he would just crush anything, everything, kill everything. Oh, said to be capable of prying open shelter and cloister shells using its 10,000 pound horsepower pincer. God damn. Did I say 10,000 pound? 10,000 horsepower pincer. Damn, imagine if it was 10,000 pounds. Its oversized claw is very powerful, but when it's not in battle, the claw just gets in the way. All you have to say about this mon in Pokemon Crystal, that's it. Oh, Gigantamax Kingler. The flow of Gigantamax energy has spurred this Pokemon's left pincer to grow to an enormous size. That claw can pulverize anything. The bubbles it spews out are strongly alkaline. Any opponents hit by them will have their bodies quickly melted away. Ooh. Well, I was a little bit disappointed in Kingler's Dex entry, so here's to hoping our buddy Voltorb can pick it up. Usually found in power plants. In some instances, they have been seen drawing power from the trolleys of electric trains. Oh, you little jackasses. It rolls to move. If the ground is uneven, a sudden jolt from hitting a bump can cause it to explode. That's what you get. But that's kind of crazy, though. You just hit a pothole or something, and boom! The whole car is gone. It was discovered when Pokeballs were introduced. It is said that there is some connection. During the study of this Pokemon, it was discovered that its components are not found in nature. That was my next question I was going to say. So is this a man-made Pokemon? You know, like, I mean, I guess it makes sense. I just never really thought about it. You know, I just went with, oh, of course they have a Pokeball Pokemon. Why the fuck not? Slap eyes on it. Call it good. Voltorb was first sighted at a company that manufactures Pokeballs. The link between that sighting and the fact that this Pokemon looks very similar to a Pokeball remains a mystery. Voltorb is extremely sensitive. It explodes at the slightest of shocks. It is rumored that it was first created when a Pokeball was exposed to a powerful pulse of energy. The mystery thickens. A life form whose identity is unknown. It is said to screech or suddenly self-destruct. A life form whose identity is unknown. What? What is this Hisui and Voltorb description? An enigmatic Pokemon that happens to bear a resemblance to a Pokeball. When excited, it discharges the electric current it has stored in its belly, then lets out a great, uproarious laugh. What? Bring us home, Electrode. It is dangerous. Stop. If it has too much electricity and has nothing to do, it amuses itself by exploding. So that's why he always has that grin on his fucking face. The more energy it charges up, the faster it gets, but this also makes it more likely to explode. I wish that was its own special ability, like how Golisopod and Wimpod have emergency exit. I want him to have, like, I don't, what would you call it, live wire? Something like that, where every single turn, Electrode gets faster and faster, or maybe a random stat increases, but every single turn, the probability of the Mon exploding gets higher and higher and higher. So it could happen turn 1 that it's on the field. It could happen turn 2 that it's on the field. It could happen turn 10 or whatever. But the Mon gets stronger and stronger and stronger, but at any point it could just explode and end everything. That would be a wild fucking Mon to use. Electrode eats electricity in the atmosphere. On days when lightning strikes, you can see this Pokemon exploding all over the place from eating too much electricity. It explodes in response to even minor stimuli. It is feared with the nickname of the Bomb Ball. Imagine how that makes Electrode feel. You know, you listen to all these humans calling him the Bomb Ball. You know, like by association, if I was an Electrode trainer, would I take offense to somebody that calls him a Bomb Ball? Don't you dare fucking call my Electrode a Bomb Ball, you bitch. Let's go. Battle right now. Hisui and Electrode, excuse me, the tissue on the surface of its body is curiously similar in composition to an apricorn. When irritated, this Pokemon lets loose an electric current equal to 20 lightning bolts. I have a question! How much electricity is in, look at that, a lightning bolt? 300 million volts. A typical lightning flash is about 300 million volts and about 30,000 amps. In comparison, a household current is 120 volts and 15 amps. 300 million volts. Okay, next question. How many volts does it take to kill a human? Oh no. A good rule of thumb is that when a shock is at or above 2700 volts, the person often dies or experiences severe injury. At over 11,000 volts, the victim will usually pass away. 11,000 volts. So I didn't even multiply one lightning strike by 20 to get to where this Bomb Ball is at. Jesus Christ, it's suing Electrode. What the fuck? That's a lot of electricity. That's a lot of energy. What the shit? From bombs to eggs, we have Exeggcute up next. The shell is very durable. Even if it cracks, it can survive without spilling the contents. That's why it's a psychic type, because how do you keep an egg from tipping over when it's cracked like that? Like it just wobbles, but it never spills its yolk. What happens if it spills its yolk? Will it die? If even one is separated from the group, the energy bond between the 6 will make them rejoin instantly. This Pokemon consists of 6 eggs that form a closely knit cluster. The 6 eggs attract each other and spin around. When cracks increasingly appear on the eggs, Exeggcute is close to evolution. Don't you need a leaf stone to evolve this thing? Even though it appears to be eggs of some sort, it was discovered to be a life form more like plant seeds. Bullshit! Those are eggs. Stop it. It's often mistaken for eggs, period. Don't even finish the dex description. It's often mistaken for eggs. But is it mistaken? Because in the very next description you say it's 6 eggs converse using telepathy. Come on now. Are they eggs or are they not eggs? Ultra Moon. Although they are the same size as other Exeggcute, the ones produced in Alola are quite heavy. Their shells are packed full. They're dragon eggs, damn it. Speaking of dragon eggs, we have Exeggutor up next. Legend has it that on rare occasions, one of its heads will drop off and continue on as an Exeggcute. What? That's so, because it's not even an egg anymore. So it drops down, shrivels up, and becomes an Exeggcute and continues on. You're trying to make it like seeds, but they're eggs. But I thought he was supposed to be a coconut tree, a palm tree, a coconut tree. His heads aren't supposed to be eggs anymore. They're supposed to be a tree, right? Its cries are very noisy. This is because each of the 3 heads thinks about whatever it likes. Exactly, right here, Pokemon Stadium. Each of the fruits is an independently thinking head. Each of the fruits is an independently thinking head. It is said that if one drops off, it becomes an Exeggcute. It's a fruit. How does the fruit become an egg? If a head drops off, it emits a telepathic call in search of others to form an Exeggcute cluster. That's actually dope as fuck. That's so cool. But what happens to the Exeggutor? Does it grow another head to replace it? Okay, I guess I should just keep reading. Living in a good environment makes it grow lots of heads. A head that drops off becomes an Exeggcute. So if it's living in a good environment, it can never have more than 3 heads? Like imagine if Exeggutor was like Spindo, where every single Exeggutor had a different amount of heads. You could have an Exeggutor that was just all heads, top to bottom. In Fire Red, we change it up now. It goes from fruit to nuts. It is called the Walking Tropical Rainforest. Each of the nuts has a face and will of its own. Each of its heads has its own will. They use telepathy to discuss their plans before coming to a joint decision. It engages its enemies using psychic powers. Each of his 3 heads fires off psychokinetic energy, tripling its power. Damn. Alola is the best environment for this Pokemon. Local Pokemon take pride in its appearance, saying this is how Exeggutor ought to look. So are Alola and Exeggutor the original, the OG? Are they the first Area Zero Mon? Because that's how they were supposed to look years ago. Paradox Mon? Is that what if Exeggutor didn't have a regional variant and they had him in the Great Crater of Paldea, what would ancient Exeggutor look like? It would be fucking Alolan Exeggutor. Yo, that just blew my mind. That is how Exeggutor is supposed to look, damn it. What? As it grew taller and taller, it outgrew its reliance on psychic powers, while within it awakened the power of the sleeping dragon. I've never heard a worse excuse for just slapping dragon typing on something. Like, I don't even get it. But it still has telepathy. It has remnants of its psychic power. This Pokemon's psychic powers aren't as strong as they once were. The head on this Exeggutor's tail scans surrounding areas with weak telepathy. That's still dope that it's still included. Like, thank you, Pokemon Shield. Thank you. Cubone pines for the mother it will never see again. Seeing a likeness of its mother in the full moon, it cries. The stains on the skull the Pokemon wears are made by the tears it sheds. Marowak. The bone it holds is its key weapon. It throws the bone skillfully like a bone meringue to KO targets. It has been seen pounding boulders with the bone it carries in order to tap out messages to others. Marowak knows Morse code? What? Collects bones from an unknown place. A Marowak graveyard exists somewhere in the world, rumors say. Are the bones the Marowak hold, are they Marowak bones? What? Somewhere in the world is a cemetery just for Marowak. It gets its bones from those graves. I never knew that. I never knew that lore behind Marowak. I think it's because you always hear about Cubone and how sad Cubone is, but I've never thought about Marowak Pokédex entries. What the fuck? I didn't know there was a secret Marowak graveyard and that's where they all get their bones from. What? A Marowak is the evolved form of a Cubone that has grown tough by overcoming the grief of losing its mother. Its tempered and hardened spirit is not easily broken. Damn. That's actually like I feel like they should be a friendship evolution at this point. You know, you have to grow with the Mon, and then you evolve into Marowak. You know, you finally overcome it. What? That's, yo, Marowak Dex entry. I'm down for it. This Pokemon is out for vengeance on its natural enemy, Mandibuzz. I know, right? Fuck Mandibuzz. It throws bones like bone meringues to try and take it down. That's such some Looney Tune ass shit. It throws bones at Mandibuzz to knock it down. It's thought that Marowak is trying to avenge its parent. Wait! Did a Mandibuzz kill the Marowak? The lore thickens! What? They thump their bones rhythmically to communicate among themselves. There are nearly 50 different rhythmic patterns. The bones it possesses were once its mother's. Its mother's regrets have become like a vengeful spirit protecting this Pokemon. Okay, a Alolan Marowak. What a phenomenal Dex entry. What the fuck? That's a dope Dex entry right there. That sends chills down my spine. What? The bones it possesses were once its mother's. Its mother's regrets have become like a vengeful spirit protecting this Pokemon. So much better than the sun has brought out its dragon spirit. What? When this Pokemon evolved, the skull of its mother fused to it. Marowak's temperament also turned vicious at the same time. I'd be pretty pissed too if I had a bone fused to my face. What? The cursed flames that light up the bone carried by this Pokemon are said to cause both mental and physical pain that will never fade. Yo, Alolan Marowak, I mean, I loved Alolan Marowak already, but such a fucking dope mon, and it has such good Pokédex descriptions. Wow. Moving right along, we have Hitmonlee, and speaking of long, when in a hurry, its legs lengthen progressively. It runs smoothly with extra long, loping strides. And you know, now that I think about it, what the fuck is with Hitmonlee's feet? I mean, legs, repeatedly kicking its enemy with legs that freely stretch and contract. Some people refer to it as the kicking master. If it starts kicking repeatedly, both legs will stretch even longer to strike a fleeing foe. It is also called the Kickmaster. It uses its elastic legs to execute every known kick. Got eggs on the brain. Hitmonlee's legs freely contract and stretch. Using these spring-like legs, it bowls over foes with devastating kicks. After battle, it rubs down its legs and loosens the muscles to overcome fatigue. Okay, we're basically Mr. Stretchy Legs over here. Yeah, his legs can stretch. We get it. All right, Hitmonchan, don't let me down. It's just gonna say he can punch. He can punch. Did you know this Pokemon can punch? While apparently doing nothing, it fires punches in lightning-fast volleys that are impossible to see. Punches in a corkscrew fashion. It can punch its way through a concrete wall in the same way as a drill. What? Adept at punching invisibly quick at bullet train speed. It takes a break every 3 minutes as it moves around. Okay, I have questions! How fast is a bullet train? Japan's Shinkansen bullet trains introduced the world to modern high-speed rail travel. Most Shinkansen currently operate at a maximum of 186 miles per hour. but some hit 200 miles per hour. So Hitmonchan, I keep wanting to call him Hitmonpunch. Hitmonchan can punch at over 300 miles per hour. I mean 200 miles per hour? That's fast. Is that faster than a Machamp? I don't remember the numbers from Machamp. What the fuck? Its 4 ruggedly developed arms can launch a flurry of 1,000 punches in just 2 seconds. So that's 1,000 punches in 2 seconds. So that's 250 punches per arm in 2 seconds. So that's 125 punches per arm per second. Its punches slice the air. They are launched at such high speed even a slight graze could cause a burn. What? What? The spirit of a pro boxer has infused this Pokemon. But it's not a ghost type? Well, you're telling me we could have had Fighting Ghost all the way back in Gen 1? Are you kidding me? I can't wait for Marshadow now. Marshadow had better have the best Dex entry of all fucking time. Because basically we had Fighting Ghost since Gen 1. What's up with that? We have the one and only Madam President up next, Lickitung. Its tongue can be extended like a chameleon's. It leaves a tingling sensation when it licks enemies. Is that what Lickitung's supposed to be? Just a fat ass chameleon? I never thought about what it was supposed to be before. You know, this is deja vu. I feel like I've had this moment before where like I had this realization at a different time. But Lickitung is a chameleon? I mean, it makes sense. Obviously, no shit, chameleons have long tongues, but like, I don't know, I guess I've just always looked at it as just like a blob with a tongue, like it's just meant to be a tongue. But hey, that's really good design, what can I say? Its tongue spans almost 7 feet and moves more freely than its 4 legs. Its licks can cause paralysis. 7 feet long. Damn! Its long tongue slathered with a thick, gooey saliva sticks to anything, so it can be useful. It has a tongue that is over 6 foot 6 inches long. I mean, you said it was 7. It uses this long tongue to lick its body clean. Oh my god. SpongeBob shit. The tongue goes all over and around itself. God damn. Wait. When it extends its over 6 foot long tongue, its tail quivers. There's a possibility they are connected. What? I will forever see this Pokemon differently now. What the fuck? Its tongue is connected to its tail? What? Does it store its tongue in its tail? Wait a minute. Lickitung has a tail? I don't think I've ever seen Lickitung's tail before. Oh my god. Its tail is massive. Of course I've seen its tail before. What am I talking about? What's going on here? What is happening? What's happening? It checks out whatever's around it by licking everything. If you don't clean off a spot where it's licked you, you'll break out in a rash. It licks filth clean with its tongue. Whatever it licks always stinks afterwards, so whether it's really clean is questionable. If this Pokemon's sticky saliva gets on you and you don't clean it off, an intense itch will set in. The itch won't go away either. Ew, this is going downhill here. Okay, hold up. Legends Arceus wields its tongue deftly as though it were an arm. This Pokemon's viscous saliva, once it has been collected and boiled down, yields a strong and highly useful adhesive. That's actually dope as fuck. You got that Lickitung glue. You got that brand new Lickitung glue. Oh, Slowpoke tail. We sell everything from Slowpoke tails to Lickitung glue. You let us know what you need, damn it. We got some golem shells in the back if you want to fertilize your yard. And some Venomoth scales on the top shelf in case you want to poison your neighbor. Come on down. I feel like I got a shop in Diagon Alley. Koffing, lighter than air gases in its body keep it aloft. The gases not only smell, they are also explosive. And Weezing only takes it up a notch, a twinned Koffing that forms on rare occasions where poisonous gases pool. Its 2 toxic gases appear to be different. That's a smelly boy. Top grade perfume is made using its internal poison gases by diluting them to the highest level. Oh, you wearing that Funk Day Weezing up in this bitch. I smelt it on you when you walked in. I knew it. When it inhales poisonous gases from garbage, its body expands and its insides smell much worse. Weezing loves the gases given off by rotted kitchen garbage. This Pokemon will find a dirty, unkempt house and make it its home. At night, when the people in the house are asleep, it will go through the trash. Now, you know, Weezing is not small. Weezing is pretty big, so imagine this motherfucker in your kitchen going through the trash can. Both mouths pop up like, hey, you got some good shit in here, dog. Grows by feeding on gases released by garbage. Though very rare, triplets have been found. Why? What is that not a thing? Why is that not a thing? I want that to be a thing so badly. Give me a three-headed Weezing now. You know, with as much as they talk about it feeding on garbage, the more and more I just see Weezing as a big defensive raccoon. And I love raccoons, so bring them here. It mixes gases between its two bodies. It's said that these Pokemon were seen all over the Galar region back in the day. It can't suck in air quite as well as Galarian Weezing, but the toxins it creates are more potent than those of its counterpart. That strange steam just ain't hitting. And you know, you'd think they would make perfume from strange steam, more so than just regular straight up Weezing. What the fuck? Long ago, during a time when droves of factories fouled the air with pollution, Weezing changed into this form for some reason. That's actually I actually like that dex description for Galarian Weezing. You know I keep ragging on Alolan Exeggutor. I love Alolan Exeggutor, but I like it when they actually, like Alolan Marowak, I like it when they actually have good lore behind why the form is different in this. Because, like, that's the whole point behind having a regional variant. Like, why in this region is this mon like this? And I'm sorry, just Sunshine Awakening the Dragon Spirit is not hitting for me. It's just not enough. But I do like this because it's historical. You know, like, it's so dope! I love it! I love it. I fucking love Weezing. And I love him even more because of all of his Pokédex descriptions. Regular Weezing and Galarian Weezing. I love it. Well, I think that here is where we're going to go ahead and drop our bookmark in our Pokemon Index and wrap up this week's episode of Digging in the Dex. Next time, we will pick up right where we left off with number 111, Rhyhorn. Can you believe we're over 100 entries into this now? God damn! But we're going to pick up right where we left off here with Rhyhorn and Rhydon. But if you guys enjoyed this week's episode of Digging the Dex, and of course if you'd like to show your support as a proud member of the Nappy Nation, make sure to like button down below for us because you already know your support is greatly appreciated. And of course let us know in the comment section if you learned anything new today, if there are any Dex entries that really tickled your brain, or if you had anything else you wanted to add to them as well. But until we see each other again, thank you so much for your love and light, and please be safe. I'm out this bitch. Bye!